At just 21, Cole Palmer has been a rising star in English football, dazzling fans with his silky skills and game-changing performances. A former PFA Young Player of the Year nominee, he's quickly making waves after leaving Manchester City for Chelsea. But here's the question on everyone's mind. Did Pep Guardiola make a mistake choosing Phil Foden over Palmer? With many calling him the new Eden Hazard because of his vision dribbling and ability to unlock defences, and him also bringing back memories of Hazard's legendary runs at Stamford Bridge. But here's the thing, Palmer isn't just another Hazard wannabe. His potential goes beyond that. In this video, we'll break down how Cole Palmer could become better than both Salah and Hazard, and why he might just be Chelsea's next big thing. But before we start dreaming about Palmer becoming the next Salah or Hazard, let's rewind for a second. I mean, how did we even get here? How did this young baller go from being a Manchester City prospect to becoming Chelsea's new golden boy? Cole Palmer, born and raised in Manchester, grew up with a ball at his feet and big dreams. Like we're talking about a kid living every young footballer's dream, joining Manchester City's academy at just 8 years old. And trust me, he wasn't just there to make up the numbers. As he worked his way through the academy, it became pretty clear that Palmer wasn't your average young prospect. He wasn't just good, he had that spark, that creativity, that vision on the ball that made you go, "Hold up, who is this kid?" And it didn't take long for Pep Guardiola to notice. In 2020, at just 17, Palmer made his senior debut for City. But here's the kicker, even though he didn't get tons of game time, every time he did step on the pitch, he made it count. With goals, assists, and moments of brilliance, he was showing flashes of what was to come. But as stacked as City's squad was, it wasn't going to be easy breaking through with the likes of Phil Foden already in the mix. And we all know how that story went. Foden became Pep's golden boy. But was that the right call? Could City have missed out on their next superstar by letting Palmer go? And that's when Chelsea came knocking. But we'll get to that because Palmer's story is heating up. But before we talk about that, can you take 5 seconds to subscribe to the channel? It would be of great help to us. Thank you. When Palmer made the move to Chelsea, there were some eyebrows raised, right? I mean, leaving a powerhouse like Manchester City to join a team that's been shaky lately. Bold move. But Palmer wasn't fazed at all. He's been exactly what Chelsea needed. Fresh legs, creativity, and a player who can change the game in a heartbeat. From day one, he's been on fire. His debut? Straight up class despite not starting for the club. It's like he's always looking for that killer pass, and when he gets the ball, you can almost feel the excitement building in the stadium. Chelsea fans have already started seeing those Eden Hazard vibes, with quick feet, sharp turns, and that calm, effortless style when he's dribbling. It's like Hazard 2.0 out there. And let's be real, Chelsea hasn't had a player with that flair since Hazard left. I mean, they thought it was going to be Mudryk, but... Well, Palmer's not just here to copy Hazard's blueprint. Nah, he's carving out his own path. The way he sees the game and the creativity he brings to every attack, it's clear he's got that something special. So far, it's been all about setting the tone. He's fitting in perfectly, and last season he showed why Chelsea made the right call bringing him in. With a staggering tally of 27 goals and 15 assists in just 48 games, he lit up the pitch. That's right, 27 goals. Now for some context, even Mohamed Salah, one of the best in the game, finished with 25 goals and 14 assists last season in a better side. Yeah, you heard that correctly. To outshine a player like Salah in both goals and assists at just 22? That's a massive statement. Palmer's ability to not just find the back of the net but also set up his teammates speaks volumes about his game intelligence and versatility. The only question on everybody's mind is why he was not given a chance to shine at Manchester City. You see, under Pep Guardiola, the competition is fierce. With established stars like Phil Foden rising through the ranks, Palmer often found himself in the shadows. Guardiola favoured Foden, and while Palmer got some opportunities, he never had the consistent playing time to truly shine. Maybe if he had waited a bit longer, he could have seen more chances to prove himself, as we could see Savinho is getting some minutes under Pep's team. Or maybe Pep saw him more as an attacking midfielder than a natural winger, kind of like how Enzo Maresca views him. But with that position already locked down by none other than Kevin De Bruyne, it was never going to be easy for Palmer to break into the City lineup. I mean, competing for the same spot with KDB? Talk about impossible odds. So Palmer needed a change of scenery to show what he's capable of, and with his move to Chelsea, Palmer finally got that chance to break free. And boy, did he take it! Now that he's getting regular minutes, he's showcasing the skills that made him a standout in the youth ranks. Palmer's dribbling is one of his standout attributes. He possesses that rare ability to glide past defenders with ease, reminiscent of Eden Hazard in his prime. Both players have that low centre of gravity, allowing them to change direction effortlessly while keeping the ball glued to their feet. But Palmer brings a unique twist to the game. He combines that dribbling finesse with incredible vision. He's not just about beating his man, he's always looking for the next play, the next assist and the next goal. And speaking of goals, Palmer has that killer instinct that can rival even the best. Just like Hazard, he knows when to shoot and when to pass. But what sets him apart is his versatility. He can play in multiple positions across the front line, which makes him a nightmare for defenders. Whether cutting in from the wing or finding space in the box, Palmer's adaptability gives him the edge. But what does he need to do more of to be as good as Hazard? First up, consistency. Hazard wasn't just about the big moments, he delivered week in, week out. Whether it was a midweek game against a bottom-table team or a high-stakes clash in the Champions League, Hazard was always a threat. For Palmer to reach that level, he'll need to make sure he's consistently performing at his best, no matter who the opposition is. Right now he's had flashes of brilliance, but those moments need to happen in every game if he's going to fill Hazard's shoes. Then there's decision-making in high-pressure situations. Hazard had an instinct for knowing when to take on a defender and when to lay off the ball. His ability to slow down the game in crucial moments and make the right call was exceptional. Cole Palmer is a smart player, no doubt, but he's still developing that awareness. Sometimes you'll see him hold on to the ball a bit too long or miss an obvious pass. That's where the difference lies. Hazard had an almost telepathic understanding of the game around him. And if Hazard wants to hit that next level, he'll need to sharpen that skill and also his physicality. Hazard, despite being relatively small in stature, was incredibly strong. He had the ability to hold off defenders, use his body effectively, and ride challenges without being knocked off the ball. That physical resilience was a huge part of what made him so dangerous. Palmer, while technically gifted, doesn't yet have that same level of strength. He's still young, so there's time to develop. But to dominate in the Premier League like Hazard did, he's going to need to bulk up and learn how to use his body more effectively to protect the ball and win duels. Another thing that set Hazard apart was his end product. Whether it was goals or assists, Hazard was a match winner. He could turn a game on its head with a single moment of magic. Now, Palmer's shown he has the potential to do this. I mean, we've all seen the goals and assists piling up. But to be like Hazard, he'll need to develop that killer instinct to turn tight games in his favour. It's all about finding those moments where he can completely change the outcome of a match and doing it over and over again. Finally, let's talk about leadership. Hazard was more than a star player, he led by example. He wasn't necessarily the most vocal guy in the dressing room, but when it came to stepping up on the pitch, his teammates knew they could count on him. Palmer's still young, but if he wants to truly take over Hazard's mantle at Chelsea, he'll need to grow into a player who can inspire those around him. He's got the technical side, but becoming a leader means delivering when it matters most and being a figure the team can rally around. So, while Cole got all the tools to follow in Hazard's footsteps, there's still work to be done. But let's not forget, Hazard wasn't an overnight sensation either. It took time for him to become the player that defined an era for Chelsea, and Palmer has the same potential. And if he can improve in these areas, we might be witnessing the rise of Chelsea's next great superstar. So what do you think? Does Cole Palmer have what it takes to reach Hazard's level and maybe even surpass him? Or do you see him carving out his legacy as Chelsea's next big star? Or could he even become a future captain at Stamford Bridge? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you for watching this video. You can check out our past videos to see how good Haaland is and how he can conquer Alan Shearer and Cristiano Ronaldo. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more football content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.